Yeah. So if you look at this question number 29, you will see that results of studies involving our species suggest that people, again, findings of so studies, okay, are suggesting that people. So you have to find out. So Robert Pepperell did some study. You got some conclusions, observations or findings or results from that study. And that result says something specific about the people. You need to find out what exactly it says. Even before looking at the choices, go to the part of the passage that talks about this. So which is the part? By now you've already skimmed and underlining. Which part?
Yeah, fourth paragraph.
Yes, this. Now from here, you've already done the skimming, right? Even before we are working on the question, you've read the paragraph. So you're not supposed to read and reread it again and again, but because that will end up in wasting a lot of time. Instead, with the underlining and circling that you've done and with the central idea that you found out after reading this particular paragraph, you can tell us that what does it say about the people? Any sentence, any specific sentence or part of the paragraph that gives a very clear idea about what these studies are saying about the people.
Yes. So like the longer they took, so that is why they specify.
This part, the longer they took to answer these questions, the more highly they rated the piece under scrutiny and the greater their neural activity. It would seem that the brain sees these images as puzzles, and the harder it is to decipher the meaning, the more rewarding is the moment of recognition. So from here to here basically gives you the answer.
Yeah.
So what do you understand? In fact, this entire paragraph talks about it. So if you see, creates ambiguous works. Ambiguous is works, which are not certain. So they are, kind of doubtful. They will give you a very doubtful kind of a vision. In one study, Pepperell and his collaborators asked volunteers to decide how powerful they consider an artwork and whether they saw anything familiar in the piece. From here to here, what are they saying? What is the idea, Rohit, from this part to this part? What are the studies telling about people?
So the longer they take on like viewing the art, they tend to like the puzzle or the art.
They tend to
they tend to like the art. So like
what
they rate
else?
it.
What else? See, if you see, it says that the longer they took to answer a particular question, that means it is hard for them to understand the meaning of that question. So, they are having to do a lot of logical reasoning, a lot of critical thinking. They have to think deeper to have a better understanding and clearer insight into the question, which means the complexity of the question is huge. There's a lot of neural activity or a lot of thinking and a lot of activity that goes on in the brain. So the longer you take, the complexity or the level of difficulty of the question is increasing. And the moment you are being able to solve that question, you have that sense of recognition, you have that sense of accomplishment, you have that sense of fulfillment that, see, I could actually solve a challenging problem. Right?
Yeah. So the last line says that.
Yeah, which basically means that if you are taking a long time to do something, you're basically giving a lot of importance to that. So, when you're giving a lot of importance to the artwork, or when you're giving a lot of importance to that piece of art, that means that the piece of art or the artwork is extremely powerful. It has a huge impact or a profound impact and influence on you. This is what it's saying.
Yeah.
All right, this was the textual evidence and this was the pre-thinking that we are doing. Now we are moving to 29. So which one works? Again, we are applying process of elimination. We are eliminating the wrong answers We are navigating through the options. We are eliminating the wrong answer to find out the right one. Let's start with A for America. So can appreciate a painting without fully understanding it. Is that right?
No.
Why? Which part is wrong?
So like fully understanding it.
Fully understand without fully understanding.
Correct. They are in fact taking a long time to understand, to do a lot of thinking, and then okay. So this is the part. So are you seeing how we are picking up the part from a particular question to answer? Eliminate. So okay.
Yeah.
B for Bombay.
No, not B. C, I think very widely in the time they spend looking at painting.
Why not B? If you tell me no, not B, then why not B? What is the reason? Which part of the choice B is not?
Find it satisfying to work out what a painting represents. Like they are not satisfying us. They are like their brain is working continuously to decode the puzzle, decode the image, what is representing in the painting. So they are not satisfied by looking at. They are thinking what is the actual meaning of the painting.
Okay. Rohit, what about you?
No, I didn't get about it. So like I think of like how like they didn't satisfy on looking at it. They're just working on it
So is B
for a longer period. They took longer period. Yeah.
the textual evidence that you got? Go back to the passage, go back to the part of the paragraph, the textual evidence that you got and the idea that you got. Does the meaning, the complete idea of that part matches with the idea of the choice? Go back to the passage, go back to that part of the paragraph. Does that completely matches with the meaning of what you read in this option?
Like they satisfy when they accomplish it, like they achieve.
Yes. So what does this mean? Work out.
Find it satisfying to work out. Like work out mean they achieved. They find out what is the
Working out means you're working on it. You worked out the sum. You're working out it. You're working it out. You're working on it. You're thinking. You're working on it.
okay.
There's a very, discrete and distinct textual evidence. See, says very clearly. It would seem that
The
the brain
more rewarding is movement of
as puzzles, and the harder it is to decipher the meaning, the more rewarding is the moment of recognition.
rewarding means satisfying in the sense of satisfaction.
Yes, rewarding. I mean, not only rewarding, moment of recognition. That is also something, it is that's what it says, right? That it is extremely satisfying for them to work out a very complex problem or a complex question, because the moment they get the answer to it, they have that sense of accomplishment, they have that sense of fulfillment. Okay, B could be the answer. What about C?
No, then no. Very widely.
Very widely in the time they spend looking at paintings. Okay, D, generally prefer representational art to abstract art. We don't know. This information is always relevant. So this is out of context or out of scope with regards to this question. So the answer has to be B for Bombay. See, I told you very clearly that if you have to be sure what is happening with you, Tabinda, is that you have to work on your reading. What is happening with you, Tabinda, is that you're just focusing on individual words. But after focusing on individual words, you have to focus or emphasize on the entire meaning.
Okay.
This whole meaning has to match with this part. It matched, and that's why we could find out the answer, this one. Most of the times the words will be different. You just have to match the meaning. Okay. All right. What about question number 30, guys?
Yeah.